So tell us a little history on your business.
Well, I played professional golf on the PGA Tour back in the 80s, 70s and 80s, and when I came off the tour, I was approached by a developer here in town, Robert Cavalier, and Bob asked me if I'd be interested in helping him develop some golf properties in the area. So that's how I got started. And then I worked for Bob for 10 years, and then I managed a real estate company for a local company here, Sulphur Springs Realty, for 5 years. And then in 2003, I decided I wanted to start my own business, and I became affiliated with RE/MAX, and that's how RE/MAX Executives got started.
So how has your industry changed over the years?
Well, over the 30 years that I've been doing this, it's changed a lot. I mean, just to do what we call a CMA, a competitive market analysis, we used to have to go downtown Toledo and pull what they called block cards. They had reams and reams and reams of these things. So you would, if you were trying to figure out and analyze market value of a home, you might spend 4 hours downtown going through block cards. And now with computers, it takes me 4 or 5 minutes to analyze the market value of multiple homes. It's really a lot easier, and it's all due to computers.
So what is unique about this time of year in the real estate business?
Well, our business does ebb and flow seasonally, typically, unless it's a super hot market or a really bad one, actually. But we have peaks and valleys. And the slow time, if it's going to be slow, which is normal, it starts to slow down typically towards the mid to the end of October, and it stays that way until the mid to the end of January. And then we start to get more and more people looking for homes to purchase, and then sellers are starting to move around a little bit more too. So the peak of our market typically seasonally is from, I guess, March to maybe the end of July, but months after that, going up to about the mid to end of October, we're still pretty strong. Now, the market right now is a seller's market. Its inventory is low. There are buyers out there, particularly for Perrysburg, where we are. People want to be in Perrysburg. The schools are great. Tax base is strong, and homes that used to be tough to sell, the older homes between the boundary roads, are really right now extremely hot.
So what's the value of having a real estate agent if you're buying the home?
You know, why use a real estate agent? There are multiple reasons. What we do primarily is not only just find you a home, we help you through the process. 99% of homes are financed through a bank. We steer you through that process. We line you up with a home inspection so that we make sure that the house you're buying is sound. If there are issues with home inspections, we make sure those are taken care of before you would actually purchase the home. We get you from point A, which is looking for homes, to Z, which is finally closing on the home, and we take you through all the financial issues, the inspection issues. We make sure you're not overpaying for a home. And then on the other side, when you're listing homes and you're representing sellers, we protect you from buyers that probably are not capable of purchasing your home, probably shouldn't be in there in the first place. We protect the value of your home. We don't let you sell it too cheaply. And we get you from point A to point Z again, from selling your home, putting it on the market, to getting you closed and getting you paid.
So what are some tips for people looking for a real estate agent?
Well, you know, you cannot replace experience. And this business, typically, real estate agents last less than 2 years. So if you can find somebody who's been in the business for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, they're obviously pretty good at it, or they wouldn't still be doing it. You want to look at their background educationally. That you want them to be with a good brand, like in our case it's RE/MAX, but there are local real estate companies that are very strong. You want somebody who has a good reputation. You want to be able to check them out. You want to be able to ask for references from that realtor. So you want to call past clients of theirs and say, hey, how did this work out? And if you can, and there's nothing like a personal referral to make people comfortable with who they're working with.
So how important is staging your home?
Well, there's a couple phases to staging. What we use is a professional photography company, and they will go in and not only stage it and and they'll also take the pictures, because as we talked about before, computers are so important now in our business, and the general public is out there looking at that home online before they even call us or their agents. So you got to get that first foot forward with really good staging, which means you got to get all the stuff that's deterring from the look of the home, which a lot of it, a lot of people don't think it's too bad to have a bunch of tennis shoes lined up on the mudroom or whatever. That stuff's, all that clutter's got to go. And you've got to stage the house so that it really looks good in those pictures. And then you got to have a professional photographer go in there and make the pictures look, pop, because that's the first thing people are doing now. They're going online and they're looking at the pictures and the staging of the home.
So for those interested in a career in real estate, what would your advice be?
Well, there's several things that you need to be capable of to be a successful realtor. Mainly, you need to be a self-starter, because you're an independent contractor. So you gotta get up every day, and I mean every day. I'm not talking Monday through Friday. And you've got to work a minimum of an 8-hour day. You've got to do your marketing. You've got to do your recruiting for clients. A lot of times you're in class studying new laws and everything. So you've got to be able to take it seriously. You got to be a people person, although the people person stuff has kind of dwindled with the younger realtors now, because they're more online generating business as opposed to going to church or joining clubs or whatever and going out and meeting people. So that's in flux right now. But it's a wonderful business in that you can make as much as you're willing to make. What I mean by that is you've got to get up every day and you've got to say, okay, I've got to find a buyer, I got to find a seller, I've got to put them together, and I've got to be in the middle of it to try to make some money. But it is an exciting business if you're willing to go at it like that.
If someone would like a consultation, what should they do?
Well, they can do a couple of things. They can go online and email me or any of the agents in here. There are 8 of us. We're positioned beautifully here in town. We're right in the middle of the city. So we have quite a bit of walk-in traffic. They'll come in and ask us questions about the area, particularly if they're from not around the area, if they're from out of the city or out of the state. And we're here to help with that search or just help them with questions. And it's a good way for us. I like it particularly if we can sit down in our conference room and get to know each other, and that way we can figure out, okay, what are you really looking for? Are you a seller? Are you a buyer? What do you know about Perrysburg or Toledo area? And, we can do that in about a half an hour.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Milena. It's been a pleasure being with you.
This is Milena with Perrysburg Digital Media Club. Thank you for coming on as a student sponsor. What are your thoughts for this program?
You're very welcome. Again, I think this is a great program for students to get out into the community. I love the charitable aspect to the Perrysburg Digital Media Club of covering charities and helping make a difference within our community.
What other community activities do you support?
I am a volunteer of the Infant C program, which is a nationwide program but helps at the community level. It's a group of optometrists that are volunteers to provide no-cost comprehensive eye exams to infants between the ages of 6 and 12 months. Again, we are helping out the LCC Comfort Dog Ministry, and our plan is to continue to grow and really feature different charities throughout the year within our practice to be able to help give back to the community.
Thank you for all you do for the community.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you for coming on as a student sponsor. What are your thoughts for this program?
I think it's great for the children to have that opportunity. All your life you're going to have to be able to speak with people and spend time with people. Gives you good exposure to start with.
What other community activities do you support?
We try to support several different programs. Perrysburg Christians United with the pumpkin patch and our Easter egg roll. We have people belong to different service clubs and churches and participate with the senior citizens and also with Abundant Life. things of that nature. We try to be a part of the community and support the projects that the community has.
Thank you for all you do for the community.
Well, you're welcome. We enjoy being a part of the community because the community is also part of us in our care for each family we serve.
Thank you for coming on board as a student sponsor. What are your thoughts on this program?
I love the education. I love the way that the students are involved in growing their abilities to be able to communicate and to maybe in the future have a career in some kind of media.
What other community activities do you support?
We are a member of Perrysburg Chamber, Toledo Chamber. We are a member of HBA. We sponsor orchestra at our local school, and we're members of a church, not in Perrysburg, but in Toledo.
Thank you for all you do for the community.
Thank you.
This is Annabelle Abeck reporting for the Perrysburg Digital Media Club.